So I've done some digging in the data. Now, we know that yesterday it was very cool, especially relative to what we dealt with for pretty much the entirety of July, right? So the high temperature at Salisbury was 75 degrees, briefly achieved at around 4 a.m. or so. Most of the day was spent in the lower 70s. That's the coolest high temperature for August 1st in 102 years. You have to go back to 1923 to where we had a maximum temperature of 75 or below. That was 74 degrees in 1923. And in fact, that temperature is the record for the lowest maximum temperature for August 1st. So some food for thought there, and really gives you an idea on how impressive that cool snap was for August. It was also very cloudy. Now, we're still monitoring the coastal flooding threats for Dorchester, Somerset, and Wicomico counties, the coastal areas. Right around now, we're at that high tide cycle, so you may see about a foot of inundation in a few spots. This expires at 3 a.m. when the water begins to subside, so just keep that in mind if you're going to be traveling out and about in those locations in the coastal areas of those counties. We're also monitoring that rip current threat. We had high risk today, and that's going to continue for tomorrow because of the active northeasterly breeze that will still be in place. So waves at around 3 to 6 feet. And make sure you're listening to those lifeguard postings if you do have any interests to go to the beach for tomorrow. In fact, there is a small craft advisory for the Atlantic Ocean. Winds at around 15 to 25 knots, just a little bit away from land, and waves at around 4 to maybe as much as 6 feet at times during the day. Aside from that, though, we got a nice tranquil weather pattern in place. It's been a beautiful day today, and it's going to be a really comfortable night for tonight. Got Canadian high pressure building in, which will influence our weather for tomorrow. And this wave of low pressure to our south, and that's kind of adding a funneling effect with these northeasterly breezes, and that's why it's been a bit active, especially along the coastline, seeing gusts around 20 to 25 miles per hour. And that's going to be the case for tomorrow. A little bit of an active northeasterly breeze, mostly sunny skies. So again, because of that, we have the rip current threat. Otherwise, it's going to be a very nice day. Temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s, which is below average for this time of the year. A little bit warmer on Monday, but still below average for this time of the year. And we'll go with a mostly sunny sky. It's going to be a beautiful day. The humidity is still on that lower side. You'll see how that plays out on the Muggy meter. Comfortable humidity levels, generally speaking, for Sunday into Monday. Getting a bit stickier on Tuesday, and then by Wednesday we see that humidity increase with dew point values above 65 degrees, but it's nowhere near the kind of humidity levels that we saw in August, or I should say July, where we had dew point values a lot of the time at around that 75-degree mark. But is the heat and the humidity, the high levels of that, I should say, coming back? Well, it does look like we're going to see a warm up by the middle of August. You can see the timestamp above me, August 10th to 16th. High confidence that we will see above average temperatures with higher humidity levels. But I think it's going to be a while before we see really uncomfortable levels of heat and humidity. Most of this week should generally be around or slightly below average in terms of those temperatures, with relatively comfortable humidity levels, except for the middle of the week, I should say. Really comfortable for tonight, though. 57 to 62 degrees. Open those windows. It's going to be really nice. 78 to 83 degrees with a mostly sunny sky for your Sunday. And going into Monday into Tuesday and Wednesday, looking pretty good. Could be an isolated shower on Wednesday, but I think better potential for maybe a few showers will come Thursday into Friday. And right now, as it stands, it looks like we should be drying out by Saturday. A high temperature of 85 degrees.